In the beginning, the world was silent. There were no roars, no thunder of heavy footsteps, no creatures ruling the land. Only an ancient earth waiting for life to take the first step. The ground trembled with the heartbeat of volcanoes. Steam cracked through the earth. Massive trees rose like walls of green. Forests spread over mountains never touched by living feet. And then, it happened. The first dinosaur appeared. Tiny, curious, alone. But this single moment changed the history of the planet. Its eyes opened to a world no creature had ever seen. A world of endless danger and endless possibility. It took its first step. The earth recorded it. One footprint pressed into ancient mud. The beginning of an era that would last millions of years. It stood still for a moment, examining the unfamiliar world around it. The wind brushed through giant leaves. Sunlight spilled over its scales in golden waves. This creature didn't know power. It didn't know fear. It didn't know it was the first. It only knew instinct. The instinct to move. It walked deeper into the prehistoric forest, through towering ferns, through thick fog, through a land that pulsed with volcanic life. The sky growled with distant thunder. Lightning carved across the horizon. Ash drifted like snow. But the dinosaur kept moving. It discovered water, a river that shimmered like glass. It lowered its head and drank. Ripples spread across the surface, as if even the water welcomed it. Life had arrived. It explored further, past steaming geysers, past cliffs glowing with lava, past ancient plains stretching forever. This wasn't just survival. This was the birth of a kingdom. The world watched as this first dinosaur learned. It learned to listen, to smell danger, to search for safety. The earth was not soft. Everything here was sharp, hot, and wild. But evolution had chosen this creature, and it adapted. It pressed forward across the land. Each step was another piece of history. Each breath was the beginning of a story that would one day shake the entire planet. Suddenly, the earth trembled. Mountains cracked. Fire erupted from the ground. The world roared like a living beast. The dinosaur turned toward the noise. The sky glowed red with burning clouds. Rivers of lava crawled across the land. But the dinosaur did not run. It stood and watched, as if it understood that this world was being shaped for its future. Because this was its home. The first day of dinosaurs was not peaceful. It was violent. It was destructive. It was magnificent. The dinosaur continued forward. It learned to climb. It learned to run. Its claws dug into the earth with confidence. Storms rolled across the plains. Rain hammered against its scales. Lightning split the sky again and again. Still, it survived. It wandered across ancient valleys, past rivers of molten rock, past smoking craters and broken stone. It didn't understand destiny. It didn't understand evolution, but it was writing the future with every step. This single creature carried a legacy. The ancestors of mighty hunters, of massive giants, of herds that would shake the ground. But here, on this first day, there was only one. One dinosaur in an empty world.
One spark in the darkness, one beginning. Night finally arrived, silent and deep. The sky turned dark purple. Stars flickered above the smoke. The dinosaur rested beneath a forest of giant leaves. For the first time in Earth's history, a creature looked toward the heavens and lived through the night. It didn't fear the darkness. It didn't fear storms. It didn't fear the unknown. It simply continued forward. Because history never begins with the powerful. It begins with those who take the first step. This dinosaur didn't try to dominate the world. It didn't know it was the start of something bigger. But it walked, breathed, survived. And that was enough. Through storms and fire, through night and sunrise, through ash and thunder, it kept going. This small dinosaur was a spark that ignited the age of dinosaurs. Millions of years later, its descendants would rule the earth. They would grow larger than buildings. They would roam in herds. They would become the most powerful creatures to ever walk the land.